Welcome back to the channel, it's Andy and we're back with FM23 and the Spurs beta, and today we're wrapping up the Champions League group stages. We're at home against Ajax. They did beat us in Amsterdam, so hopefully we can get a bit of revenge here, and I think a win will make sure that we win the group. We do have one game to go, which is in France against Monaco, but that I don't think there's anything to play for there. This is the game that we need to win if we want to try and top this group. If necessary, we're not through, we'll take on Monaco a bit later on, and we'll have the draw for the knockout stages as well, assuming we get through. Last episode we hosted Shakhtar Donetsk and we were pretty dominant. We won 3-1 with Lucas Moura and 2 Harry Kane goals in the first half. They did get a goal back in the second half, but it was a comfortable performance. We got 3 points. And we did play 3 league games off camera, 3 games which we, maybe should have won. They were all teams that were in the bottom half. Let's see how we did over there. Maitland-Niles with the throw to Aribo. And here's El Yunusi. Southampton coming forward here, but the ball is given away. Diallo, though, manages to get the ball back. Adams to Armstrong here. And Scott Armstrong straight through and scores for Southampton. 11 minutes gone and the Saints take the 1-0 lead. Here's Yves Bissouma. Got a bit of space to move into in midfield. Got some options to either side as well, but he's going to go it alone. Finds Doherty. But Salisu gets to that one. Oh, and he's turned and he's given it back to Lucas Moura, and Harry Kane has the ball and equalises for Spurs in the 21st minute. Salisu goes long, looking for El Yunusi. But Tanganga, poorly controlled, and El Yunusi sets up Shea Adams, and it's 2-1 Southampton with 33 minutes gone. Spurs just full of mistakes at the moment. Matt Doherty looking for a ball in there, and he's brought down by Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and it's a penalty for Tottenham. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Spurs looking to equalise for the second time in the first half. And Harry Kane just about scores the penalty. Gavin Bazunu was very close. Heung-min Son with the corner kick. And Kane with the far post header makes it 3-2 and gets his hat-trick in the 73rd minute. Can Spurs hold on for 3 points now? Longley with the long ball. And Kane should get on the end of that, but Henderson came out, didn't pick the ball up, and Heung-min Son has the open goal to aim for. It's 1-0 Tottenham in half an hour. Davinson Sanchez to Perisic. That's a great ball for Son, well controlled. That is a lovely finish, but what an assist that was by Ivan Perisic. It's 2-0 in the 49th minute, deep in stoppage time. Emerson, gives the ball away to Sinisterra. Big mistake there. Rodrigo with a shot, but it's really well blocked. Emerson with the throw. Headed away by Cooper. Only as far as Lo Celso, though. Here's Oliver Skip. And the ball finds Kulusevski. It's Emerson. Emerson looking to move into the middle and scores! Spurs finally get the goal late on. 87 minutes it's taken. And it's Emerson's first goal of the season. So 3 wins out of 3. But we're full of mistakes at the moment. We conceded 2 against Southampton. We were behind twice. Leeds, we struggled to put the ball in the net until the 88th minute when our right wing back scored. Nottingham Forest was a bit more comfortable. We dominated that one, so that was good against the bottom side. But this team has got so much more to give, I think. We're making mistakes. We're probably not scoring as much as we should. There's been games where we have struggled to score. And tactically, this is what we're going with at the moment. Let me know how you think this can be improved. Because I say, I'm new. It's the first time I play in FM23, but we don't really know what's good and what's not good at the moment. They did say that they do want, sort of low block defensive play to be better, because that just didn't do well last time round. But I think we're going sort of low block, but I think we are trying to be positive and play the ball in and try and do some attacking football while keeping pretty compact at the back as well. So we did get 3 wins out of 3 in those league games. So that does put us in 5th place in the Premier League table. We are level with Newcastle. West Ham, by the way, 2nd place, have only lost twice and have only drawn once. So West Ham are having a great season so far. We're 2 points ahead of our London rivals Arsenal. 18 goals scored. It's not bad. It's sort of par for the course, middle road, that's not too bad. Defensively, we're not too bad either, 14. So we're not doing horribly. I just think there's a lot more to come from this team. Just a reminder of how the Champions League group looks. After 4 games, we are top with 9 points. That defeat against Ajax, the only blemish. Ajax have drawn a couple of games, including against Shakhtar and against Monaco in France. So that does mean that we're ahead of them for now. And if we beat them today at home, then we will win the group. If we draw, there's a chance that Monaco could knock us out. They'd have to beat us by 2 goals in France. And if we lose, then it's all to play for. If Monaco gets something against Shakhtar, then there's a possibility we could go out as well. So I have to be very careful there. Because we face Monaco in France. I say France, it's actually Monaco. It's a different country entirely. But yeah, we face them in the final game. Hopefully that won't be important. Hopefully we can get something against Ajax. Hugo Lloris is back in goal after recovering from his hernia. The back 3 is Tanganga, Dyer and Davies. Tanganga's actually been in pretty good form and has done well. Dyer and Davies have been okay. We've been using Clement Lenglet at left back as well, or left centre back. We'll put him in for today. Brian Gill's not available for the Champions League, so Richarlison is going to move to the left hand side. Heung-min Son is playing as centre forward because Harry Kane is injured. Groin injury going to keep him out for 1 to 2 weeks. We've had a lot of injuries. I think that's been a bit of a problem in the beta. Is I think a lot of people are getting injuries. They're not like massive long-term injuries, but little ones which are keeping people out for like a week or 2 weeks. Like we've had Lloris injured, we've had Harry Kane injured, Kulusevski's only just come back from injury, so we've had quite a few this season, and hopefully it won't be too bad. We're good fitness-wise, so I'm not going to make massive changes. Lucas Moura has been in decent form. Son's been okay. Richarlison's been pretty underwhelming so far. Hasn't really done too much for me. Skip's actually been pretty decent. Bentancur and Lo Celso haven't done great. I'm going to replace Højbjerg with Skip. So we're at home against Ajax, and they beat us 1-0 in Amsterdam, and it was the number 23 Steven Berghuis who got that goal. But they have some good players. Former Spurs man Steven Bergwijn's in the side. You've got Daley Blind, experienced defender. Owen Wijndal's decent as well. On the bench, you've got Kudus. Of course, it's an Ajax side that have sold quite a few players. And of course, no manager. Well, they haven't got the manager they had as well, Ten Hag, of course, at Man United now. So, yeah, it's not the best Ajax side that we've seen in the past few years. But it's still a decent side, and they must be. They managed to beat us in Amsterdam, so we need to be careful. We need a result here. If we win, then we'll win the group, and then we can jump ahead, probably to see the knockout draw. And we'll have a look at the other games that get played off camera as well, including the last game against Monaco. But we have yet to see a highlight here until now. 33 minutes in, Bergwijn with the free kick, and it's headed forward by Clement Lenglet. And here's Taylor. And Ajax on the ball, playing in a strange kit, I think. I don't know if this is their away kit or their third kit with like the black and the red. But of course, Spurs playing in the white home kit. Emerson manages to head it back to Tanganga because Wijndal was on him. And here comes Emerson Royal. Got his first goal of the season last time out. Son tripped up by Daley Blind. No foul there. And now the ball back with the Ajax goalkeeper. How are we speed-wise? Okay, we're good. This is probably about the right speed. I don't want it too slow, but I don't want it too fast instead. Owen Wijndal going long. Finds Bergwijn. And Steven Bergwijn scores. It's 1-0 Ajax. 34 minutes gone. Again, there's 3 defenders in that back 5. 3 centre-backs. And I don't know. I just think there's too much space sometimes. I don't know why. I thought a back 3 would really sort that out, but it got ahead of it. We're not playing that high up, and it's a 1-0 lead for Ajax. I just find that they get behind the defence so easily, but I say we're not even playing that high. We've got a low block, we're standard. We are stepping up more. Let's take that off. Let's take it off. I mean, half-time, like, we've had the possession, we've had 9 shots, 3 on target. We haven't seen any of them. Haven't been amazing chances. 2 half chances. But we're half-time, we're 1-0 down. It's a disappointing result to be in. The chance creation needs to be a bit better. But we need to get back into this game. Here's Ryan Sessegnon. Maybe shouldn't have played him at wing-back. Maybe we should have started Perisic. Because I don't think Sessegnon's good enough for this side. I'm keeping him around because he's English and he's homegrown, but I should have started Perisic. That was a mistake on my part. Ajax coming forward again now. Tadic to Berghuis. And again, Bergwijn gets behind the defence and it's 2-0. What is happening? It's just too easy for them. Like, do we need an extra man in midfield? Maybe we should come away from the 3 at the back. It just doesn't. This tactic just doesn't seem to do very well. So maybe we need to do something else. Look how easily that ball finds Bergwijn. It's just too easy. I'm going to go for a berate because we're not playing well enough here. And I'm going to make some changes. Like Sessegnon's coming off. He shouldn't have been playing in the first place. That's my fault. Lucas Moura has had a terrible game as well, so Kulusevski's going to come on. And I'm going to go attacking. 10 shots, 3 on target. We've seen nothing from our team today. We've seen with a free kick here, though. Maybe a chance for us to get back into this game. Here's Tanganga. Eric Dyer. Back to Emerson. Very heavy touch there, but he manages to keep hold of it. That's a good ball for Heung-min Son, and it's wide. That's the only chance we've actually seen so far. Apparently I've had a couple, but no good. Longlet's been done badly on the left of that back three. Richarlison and Son have had nothing today. This is just really disappointing, and this means we're going to have to get something in France against Monaco, or we could be going out here. I don't know how Monaco are doing against Shakhtar, but, you know, hopefully, Bissouma's trying to chip the goalkeeper there. I can't believe we're trying that. We're just not getting anything from some of these players. It's been a really poor performance. Richarlison has done nothing. Heung-min Son's done nothing, but we have no more attacking players. We've got no Harry Kane. I'm going to take off Bissouma for Lo Celso, and I'm going to take off Emerson for Doherty. I'm going to take off Skip for Højbjerg, just change the team round. But we're well into stoppage time, and how have we lost that 2-0? How have we lost that 2-0? Honestly, that's ridiculous. We had that one big chance, which I think we saw. We had 5 half chances. I can't believe we've lost that 2-0. Like, the team selection I probably got wrong. Session Johnson has started, but it just wasn't good enough from anybody. Monaco get a draw in Shakhtar. So we are at the very least through in the Champions League. Monaco not winning means that we are through. But that also means that we're probably not going to win the group. Ajax would have to lose to Shakhtar, and we need to beat Monaco in France for us to win the group. So that's probably not going to happen. I don't know how you can have 15 shots inside the box and not score any of them. Sorry, but that's inexcusable. I can't believe that. That's where you really need Harry Kane, and not having him there was really, really painful. So, we've got Newcastle at home in our next league game, and they're in 4th place, so we're going to try and get something in there to try and overtake them. Then we have Monaco in our final group game. We are through, so I'm not going to do like a live com of that one, but we're just going to see what happens, and then our draw, I think, will be not long after that. The round of 16 draw is on the 7th, so it is after the Bournemouth match. So we will do the Newcastle, Monaco and Bournemouth games sort of off camera, but we'll look at like sort of the goals and anything else that happens. And then we'll see who we're going to be facing in the round of 16, because we're through. We're probably not going to win the group. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the Monaco game, not really anything to play for, because Ajax host Shakhtar and we need to get something in France. And the way we're playing at the moment, I honestly don't think we will. But I might have to have a look at this system and see what we can change, because this isn't doing it for me. Ben Davies with the free kick. It's a good one. What a bender that is. 19 minutes. Great free kick by the left back to make it 1-0 Spurs against the Magpies. Willock dispossessed by Bentancur. Here comes Heung-min Son. Still going forward. Still going. Can he set someone up and go himself? It's cleared away by Lascelles. Not very far. Here's Kulusevski. Matt Doherty with a chance maybe. It's deflected off a Burn, and Lascelles heads the ball into the empty net. It's 2-0 Spurs. 26 minutes gone. Pope with a long goal kick headed forward by Davinson Sanchez. Lascelles nods it back for Bentancur. He goes over the top looking for Son, and Son puts it over Nick Pope. It's a 3rd goal. 35 minutes gone. Spurs flying in this first half. Golovin with the corner kick. And it's Badger. Chile gets up first. It's a good header. Monaco with a 1-0 lead in the 29th minute in France. Longley to Davies. Bentancur to Lo Celso. And that's a really nice ball for Heung-min Son, who's throwing goal with just the keeper to beat, and he beats him. It's an equaliser less than 3 minutes into the second half. And Spurs are through, but I don't think they're going to win the group. Sanchez to Bissouma. Really good ball for Emerson Royal. This has been a really good team goal here. So many passes built up. And it's Kulusevski that scores. That's his first goal of the season for Spurs. It's been coming, and it's a 24th minute goal to make it 1-0. Here's Dyer. Spurs' passing has been phenomenal in this game. Just really good football, attacking football. Son puts through Richarlison, and Richarlison scores. He's been in poor form recently. It says only his 2nd goal of the season, but he doubles Spurs' lead with 35 minutes gone. So after the defeat against Ajax, we defeated Newcastle pretty comfortably 3-0, and we beat Bournemouth 2-1. Pretty routine 3 points there. And in France against Monaco, I say France, it's a different country, but we drew 1-1. It was a game where Monaco, had the home advantage and did all right and we had possession, but weren't amazing. Richarlison, despite getting that goal in that last game, has been really, really poor in terms of form. He's only got 2 goals in competitive games this season. They were both in the league. It's just not really been good enough. But we did avoid defeat in that final game. However, Ajax's win over Shakhtar 4-0 means that we will finish second place in the group. Ajax with a 4-0 win. Grealish and Ocampos getting goals, and Berghaus and Bergwijn getting goals in the second half as well. So Ajax win the group, 14 points. We get on 10 points, 3 wins, 1 draw, and the 2 defeats against Ajax. Monaco finished third and go into the Europa League. Shakhtar Donetsk, bottom of Group A. They go out of Europe. So let's have a look at how the other groups ended up then. Atletico won Group B with Inter finishing second, level on points, but obviously lost on head-to-head. Porto only 1 point behind as well. So close race there with Club Brugge firmly bottom of that one. Group C was won by Man City, 11 points. Barcelona on 10 points, not far behind. Trabzonspor getting 2 wins, beating Barcelona 3-0 at home. Hello? Okay. Leverkusen finished bottom. That was a bit of a surprise. Trabzonspor go into the Europa League. In Group D, Bayern win the group with 16 points, unbeaten. Marseille finished second. Chelsea, third place, go into the Europa League. Salzburg, just 2 points. They finished bottom. Group E was won by Napoli with 4 wins. Liverpool finished second with 11 points. Eintracht Frankfurt in the Europa League and Ludogorets finished bottom there. Group F was won by PSG, unsurprisingly, although Leipzig came close with them and lost on head-to-head. Fenerbahce third place and Red Star in bottom. Maybe a bit of a surprise there. Group G won by Sporting. Real Madrid finishing in second place. Juventus in third place and Copenhagen in fourth. Bit of a surprise there with Sporting winning that group. And in Group H, AC Milan win with 6 wins out of 6. Dortmund finished in second place, Sevilla in third, and Celtic in fourth. So potential opponents in the round of 16, AC Milan, Sporting, PSG, Napoli, Bayern. I don't think we can get Man City because I don't think you can have all English sides, or Atletico Madrid. So Sporting would of course be the ideal opposition. Like if we want any team from this, like Sporting would be good. It's the team that I think we have the best chance of beating. Dortmund the first side out, so they are unseeded. And they are drawn against Ajax, the Group A winners. So if we'd have won the group, we may well have come up against Dortmund. Inter Milan are at home, and they get Man City. So we have avoided, we can't get Man City, I don't think, so that's fine. Leipzig, the next team out, and they finish in second place. So they take on Atletico Madrid. Up next is Real Madrid, who didn't win their group, so we have avoided AC Milan, who did win all 6 games. So halfway through, who are we looking at here? We're looking at PSG, Napoli, Bayern, or Sporting. Let's see. Okay, we are drawn, and we are at home in the first leg. So who's it going to be? It's going to be either PSG, Napoli, Bayern, or Sporting. And we've got PSG. Okay. They won their group, but I think they were in Leipzig's group, and Leipzig weren't far behind them. They were level on points, if I recall. So who knows? Maybe we can win that tie. We'll have to wait and see. Barcelona gets Sporting, who won their group. So Sporting gets Barcelona. Liverpool are drawn against Bayern, which means that Marseille and Napoli get drawn against each other. So that's an interesting tie there. So there is the ties. Spurs, we have got Paris Saint-Germain. So the first leg is on the 15th of February. So we'll be through the January transfer window at that point. We do, of course, have the break coming up for the World Cup. We have just 2 games. We have a cup game against Bradford, and then we travel to Fulham. And then we have that 1 month plus break for the World Cup. And then we come back on Boxing Day at home against Wolves. I think we'll do another London derby next time. We'll host Arsenal and see how we do there. They're in 5th place. We're up to 4th now in the Premier League table. We are on 31 points, 1 behind Chelsea, 4 behind West Ham, 7 behind Man City, who have lost their first game of the season. They lost 3-0 against Liverpool. But we've drawn PSG in the Champions League knockouts, and we'll get to those a little bit later on. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. And yeah, next time I think we'll jump ahead to January. Maybe try and get to that London derby against Arsenal. We'll have that, and then see where we go from there. After that, we do seem to have like a cup game. Maybe after that, I think there'll be an FA Cup game in there, and then we'll be into February. So I think we'll try and do that other London derby next time, and try and maybe win that, and then see where we go from there. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.